Oh, thank fuck it's good.
Hi guys, this is FNGR. Spoilers. Star Wars and The Last Jedi sucked. I've heard some people make the remark, if you take the movie as it is, self-contained, it's good. 1. It's fucking Star Wars. This is the same series that Disney paid $2 billion for, because literally everyone knows it. I don't have to tell you who Luke Skywalker is. He's a Jedi Master, a fictional lead character to the Star Wars series, played by Mark Hamill. To say that the character is iconic is to practically do it a disservice. The movie is supposed to be a big deal. This isn't some outlash because I can't watch a preachy liberal do a sci-fi series. I'm 4 episodes into The Orville Season 1, a series that's somewhat more hit and miss. That's a series that's parodying Star Trek. Whether that series is a true parody or not, or just Seth MacFarlane flavored Star Trek, here's a spoiler, it's the second one, but let's get back to Star Wars before we derail this too far. Star Wars The Last Jedi sucks for the same reason that Batman vs. Superman sucked. It's not fun. For every person who bitched and moaned that Superman is supposed to be the symbol of joy and hope, etc., while being whimsical about everything that's right and good, Luke Skywalker was the rebellious youth, forced to take responsibility due to the tragic circumstances of his foster parents, which, to be fair, you could argue he gets over a little too fast. But that might be a topic for another video. If you saw the first Star Wars movie, Luke's appeal comes from the audience being able to say, yeah, that could be me. I could have been dragged off by some creepy hermit to save the Empire, with my only experience being a couple of quick lessons and my experience of torturing small animals, aka bullseyeing, was it swamp rats? Or however that saying goes from Star Wars. Luke is not a super badass in the first movie. Alternatively, Darth Vader is. He's cold, scary, uncaring, merciless, ruthless, and to be completely fair, Kylo Ren is just never going to be James Earl Jones. Darth Vader and the Emperor are supposed to be kinda creepy. I admit Snoke is a vast improvement from the first movie he was in, but that's really not hard to pull off. And many of the mistakes of Snoke that you could put at the feet of the Emperor as well, i.e., we have no idea who he is from the first 2 movies that he's in. I imagine he's a Sith Lord, but he doesn't come off nearly as compelling or creepy as, say, the Emperor or Darth Vader, or hell, I wouldn't even put him on line with Dooku. All we see out of him is him slapping around Kylo Ren and torturing Rey. How does he die? He gets outsmarted by Kylo Ren of all people, who's the poster child for being impulsive. Seriously, in the first, Rey is not wanting for power. In The Last Jedi, we're to see that Kylo Ren is more than a match for Luke Skywalker, which begs to ask, why build up Snoke to be such a big deal only to kill him off, and why the moment of his death is very gratifying, and the problem being is it leaves us with Kylo Ren and Rey. Kylo Ren and Rey are both empty and uninspired characters, an edgelord and a Mary Sue, whose only big moment was against the guy, well, that being Snoke, we know nothing about. Now if you're going to tell me that later on that Disney is going to do some prequels and explain Snoke, I wouldn't put that past Disney. I kinda doubt I'm gonna come along for that ride. Everything I just told you, if it wasn't the best part of the movie, it was damn close to it. And even that's a mess. The character Rose comes literally out of nowhere and gets attached to the plot to be a possible love interest for Finn, which Finn already had, but they had to split him off from Rey. I'm supposed to feel bad for Rose because her family was enslaved and then used for target practice, and we're told about this. I understand that this movie's PG-13, and having a flashback for that might have been pushing it. Oh wait, that's some pretty gory death scenes with Kylo Ren when he turns on Snoke. I'm pretty sure they could have got away with some laser fire on Rose's parents. Rose's motivations and hardships are simply passed on to us via word of mouth. Nothing she said came off as compelling, sadly. And the worst thing of all is that Finn gets settled with this character for the full bulk of the movie. On top of that, Finn was already this series' Jar Jar Binks. Calm down, I like Finn. He's lovable, cowardly, he's a stumblebum, but he was the comedy relief. And all Rose manages to do is suck the comedy right out of him. I enjoyed The New Hope despite it, well, being a glorified remake. I lost track of how many times I thought about just walking out of The Last Jedi. I literally had nothing else to do with my time that day when I watched the movie. My girlfriend was asleep. I just played all the video games I wanted to for the day. I just needed to take a break from editing. What could or should have been, by all rights, seeing a cultural iconic series was nothing of the sort. If you're in the audience right now and you're hitting downvote and cursing at me, especially if you haven't seen it yet, I understand and forgive you. Star Wars is a big thing. I went in there thinking I was gonna love this movie. I was prepared to bend over backwards and look past the faults. I gotta ask, who the fuck is left to care about in this movie? I care somewhat about what happens to Finn, and that's about it. The comic relief is the last fun thing in Star Wars. Thank you, fuck you, bye.